Hello, everybody. Welcome to Evolve Global 22. This is Dr. Debbie, and tonight is an exciting night. This is our party night. We have the glasses ready. Water, guys, water. Patrick, what do you have?
I have champagne, rosé.
Oh, there you
Don't worry,
go.
this will not knock me out. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So, first, before anything, I want to make sure that I don't get lost in my thoughts because that happens sometimes. And introduce my new partner, Patrick. Welcome, Patrick. This is our first time on together. So, I'm so excited. This is as it's been advertised for the last month, our Evolve Global 22 launch party where we have a raffle that's going to happen. We have free gifts. We have a lot of stuff to tell you. So Patrick, first, can you just introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Patrick Heron. I am the intuitive self improvement and business strategist at Evolve Global 22. Dr. Debbie and I just started this joint partnership, and I am really glad that we finally met some place where we are both aligned under one mission. And I am I am a student of philosophy, social sciences, and self improvement. I invested my whole adult life. Now it's 14 years, starting on 2025, and I've always been very passionate, very invested about figuring out what can bring happiness and fulfillment to people's lives. And this hunger for the truth set me on a really long path of discovery, experimenting, learning, from pain and from joy. And what I really wanted to do is to figure out what it is that how human nature works and what are the models for personal success. So success is a lot more than just achieving a certain outcome, which we're going to talk about a lot, but also it's about bringing alignment into your life. And that's exactly, what one of the big ideas that brings Dr. Devi and I together. And today I can say that despite all the struggle, I am in alignment with my ideas. What I speak is what I do and what I teach. And if you've ever struggled with consistency, which most of us do, or if you've ever followed, proven frameworks that don't seem to work for you, it may be because you're forcing yourself into things that they were never meant for you. So that's what I do, and I just can't wait to see how we're all gonna work together. And Dr. Debbie and I, for the first time, are putting our powers together, which will be very exciting. So there you go. That's my introduction.
Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. And that, thank you so much in the alignment and coming together. What we have here at Evolve Global 22 is where healing and self improvement meet. And when we say something is comprehensive, it's comprehensive. And we go by, first of all, so I'm sort of like, quote unquote, the clinical side of things. And Patrick uses uh, his coaching and self development, self improvement, and helping people from that lane of coaching. So when we bring it together, we what happens is, and it's a beautiful thing. It what happens is that healing, true healing, which requires self development and self improvement. There's just a different, when you go clinical a little bit, it's just two different approaches, but we have merged them. And when we say something is innovative and comprehensive, that's the whole message, and in the really the whole point in total healing. Now, how did this all start? I came up with the power of three from my own journey um, of healing. I started out just wanting to lose weight, and I did, but I grew and developed over time. I did work with Patrick as a coach for a while. So we work together, and that's why I know what he does very well. And but the power of three really is a sacred framework. It merges um, energy medicine, Ayurveda medicine, and herbal medicine. And then when you add in the support for self development and self improvement, you really have a complete package. And we're going to talk more about that, but don't go away because we have an unveiling that is going to happen later because somebody who enters our raffle is going to win the Trinity Touch gift box, and we're going to unveil it. It's our newest product that is really like a healing spa in a box. It makes a wonderful gift. We're going to unveil this tonight, and Patrick, don't listen. I didn't even tell Patrick about this because it just kind of happened. I was working on this project, and I have another reveal that I'm going to do. It's not even up on the website yet. And by the way, our website is www.evolve, EVOLVE, global, GLOBAL, 22USA.com. You can see everything that we're going to talk about tonight, all of the products, all of what's coming. You can see it all there. Notice that the chat is up. Patrick, do you see the chat on the side?
I am able to, yes.
Okay, so you all should be able to see the chat. You see that we have the Circle of the Light Threads of Connection raffle, that there's a form there, link. Please fill out the form. I need to have your email. I need to have your information so that we can send the winners the gift. And not only are we raffling off the Trinity gift box, we're raffling off one of our roll-on sets. Let me show you these beautiful little magical come as a pair. This is one of our signature roll-on blends. About 12 to 14, probably 12 plus oils in this. So the benefits are enormous. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And we are raffling off 5 golden tickets for 1 free healing sessions for 5 people. And then you also were raffling off 2. So 2 winners will get either a 10-day supply of our Inflammease tea blend or our Immune Me tea blend. So lots of stuff, lots of reasons to stay because we have things to give away. We have things to show you. So stick around. But first, let's get some kind of homework done a little bit here. Let me give you an idea. And this is only an idea because I could go on for hours about the power of 3, just to give you the idea. And then Patrick, I'm going to ask you if you can elaborate on your side, because you have a reveal of your own that everybody who attends tonight is going to also get. This is everybody. They're going to get Walk into Your Power, the journal, if you fill out the form, which is a journal that I created and I use with my clients. And then Patrick is going to reveal what he has created on the self-improvement side that he is going to also put in this mix for all attendees. Everybody will get those 2 things. And then the winners of the raffles will get the other items as well. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about the power of 3. And I'm going to start with energy medicine because it's so important. I mean, all of them are important, but energy medicine is the one that many people have a hard time understanding. There are still people who think that it's a little woo-woo, it's a little out there, but I'm going to challenge you and say quantum physics, take a look, get a foundational understanding, and energy medicine is not woo-woo. So I'm going to start there. So energy medicine, think of light. We use divine light. We come from the perspective of divine light, the life force, which comes from our creator, the one God of all that is. Energy medicine focuses on clearing, grounding, and balancing. So clearing, grounding, and balancing, and letting the life force run through you. And that's where healing begins. I'm a facilitator. I don't have any special powers. I wish I did, but I don't have any special powers. And but it's really, I'm a facilitator. I have studied and practiced a lot of methodologies um, through One Light Healing Touch, which is which was created by Ron Levin, and it's over 50 holistic, esoteric, spiritual, and shamanic advanced energy healing techniques and practices. So I have studied it and I've practiced it, and I practiced it under the gurus in the field. You can look him up. He's all over the place. So the healing practices and the advanced practices that I'm talking about, they support deep transformation for both self-healing and the healing of others. So really, you're talking about life force. You're talking about the body system, the energy systems, the chakra system, for example. In Chinese medicine, they call it qi. So really, right away you get the idea that we're taking ancient practices, and I use modern scientific understandings and information so that we bring those two together. Because in modern day, we have lost the the uh, the understanding and the value, the true value of what some ancient practices have done for thousands of years. So that's energy medicine in a little nutshell. Um, some of the benefits of energy medicine. Let's talk about that. That's important. Now, keep in mind, there are zero side effects. Zero. You can't um, have anything bad happen, because there's nothing, it's not like medicine where you're putting something into your body, right? So there's no negative side effects. So some benefits, this is not comprehensive. Pain relief, so pain management, improved sense of well-being and quality of life, reduce stress and anxiety. People who suffer with PTSD, anxiety, stress, any kind of phobias, those kinds of things, it assists and supports and helps them manage that. It strengthens and balances the immune system. All of the autoimmune diseases that are out there in modern times, it helps with that. There's a faster recovery rate, and this is scientifically researched. There's been, I think it's at least 50, don't quote me on that number, double-blind studies that have been done in energy medicine, including Ron Levine. So faster recovery for invasive surgical procedures, greater personal growth and self-awareness. There you go, Patrick. Fits right in, like it really assists in that. Release of physical and emotional trauma. Anybody, we think of trauma as you get in a car accident and you got a broken bone or something, but we go through trauma and face trauma every single day. It's one trauma that's really bad is stress, just in general. But there's trauma in what we, the toxicity of what we eat, what we have to deal with, things coming at fast and furious at us, all sorts of things, our emotional things that we have to face in life. Um, and then spiritual support, including end of life peace and comfort. So, I've worked a lot with the elderly that are facing some difficult, they're facing the end of their life. And you know what? Just remember this: it's not the end; it's a transition. So that is some benefits of energy medicine. Patrick, do you have anything you want to add to that, or any question, or something you want clarification on that maybe I forgot that other people want clarification on?
Absolutely. I think, there was one thing that really made me reflect, made me think about, what our viewers might expect. And when you introduce the subject saying there is science, there are research, behind this kind of work. What came to mind is a quote that I heard a few months ago that said it went something like this: spirituality is something that science hasn't yet explained. So, for anyone thinking that this is not real work or mental gymnastics or the kind of thing where you just have to believe it in order to make it work, it's actually not like that. There's plenty of evidence, and there will be more evidence in the future that these practices actually help you heal, physically, emotionally, mentally, and more importantly, moving forward with your life. Because healing in the view of Evolve Global 22 is about is not healing that focuses on health, and it's not self-improvement that focuses on goal setting. It's a lot more than that.
Very good. Thank you, Patrick. Very good. Now let's shift a little bit. The second item in the power of three, Ayurveda medicine, the wisdom of balance. So Ayurveda is an ancient body wisdom. That's the best way that I can describe it. The art of aligning your daily life with nature, your natural self. It teaches you that your body is your home, and that balance begins with knowing your unique body type. In Ayurveda, it's called your dosha, and your natural constitution. So when you eat, rest, moving according to your body type or your dosha, your digestion strengthens, your mood steadies, and your inner rhythm harmonizes with the world around you. So it's really talking about a physical, which also promotes an emotional uh, and mental balance. And one thing I want to say about this, because with Ayurveda, I approach a lot from digestion. So using food as your medicine. Uh, Food and how we eat and what we eat is critical to your emotional, physical, uh, and mental stability. And we don't really necessarily, and I was not different than anybody else long ago when I didn't know, but we were never taught or of how important what we put in our mouths is to our mental, emotional, and physical uh, being, right? Like even when you connect it with energy medicine, we're energy beings within a body. So imagine, okay, let me ask a question. When you eat a huge, massive dinner, most people will tell you they don't feel well at the end of that. They want to sleep. They want to go to bed. They're sitting like a lump on the couch because they can't move. I've been there. I've done that. And you know, Thanksgiving's coming in America, and that's one of the days of the year where there's a lot of food. And it's almost like we eat ourselves into a coma almost. Now, my mother and grandmother always used to say, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in is going to come out. And if it's garbage, it's going to be garbage. With all of the skin issues people have, gut issues people have, autoimmune diseases, all of that, food. And then I also, kind of mix that with prophetic medicine. If you look how the prophets, if you study the prophets of the Abrahamic religions, they did not eat 3 meals a day of meat. They didn't. So Ayurveda really is, I approach it mainly from the point of digestion and food, although it mixes in other areas, herbal and all of that, it connects. But I really focused on that, and eating and putting into your body and your lifestyle, how you're living, aligning it with your unique body dominant constitution. We have Evolve Global 22. We have an assessment that we do, which identifies your dominant dosha, or if you're evenly two of the doshas or whatever. So it really brings out the idea and is grounded upon the idea of food and aligning what you eat and using food as your medicine. I say that all the time. Some of the benefits of Ayurveda medicine: improved digestion and nutrition absorption, emotional regulation and mental clarity. How about no more brain fog? A lot of people have trouble with that. Healing from stress and trauma, both daily and deep. Enhanced body mind resilience and recovery. A renewed sense of vitality, peace, and alignment. So, if you just pause a moment and think about that, if you only approach your healing, health, and wellness from one perspective, you're missing another. If you only do it from the energy medicine perspective, then you're missing the food is thy medicine, which the Ayurvedic perspective. So keep that in mind as you think. And then last, herbal medicine is the last power of three, the earth's pharmacy. In my religion, I talk spirituality, and then when I talk religion because my religion is Islam. There is a verse in the Quran that says that God has given us a a um, a cure for every disease. We just haven't found them yet. Well, what does that mean? It doesn't mean we have to go into a chemistry lab and create all these things. It means it's here naturally. So I am not anti medicine if you absolutely need it. I'm not anti modern medicine in any way. I have, physicians, we need them. However, to use drugs as your first choice, pharmaceuticals, I mean, as your first choice, to not be working on anything else and just expecting a magic pill, falling in, modern medicine. And this is out there. I'm not the only one who says it. It's been proven. Many doctors will tell you this. Modern medicine is good for trauma. You get in an accident, you have a heart attack, you have a stroke, it's good for trauma, but it is not good for common chronic illnesses because they don't know, they don't treat the heart of the matter, they treat the symptoms because that's what they know how to do. So the earth's pharmacy, the earth's pharmacy, nature gives us what we need. Hence all the oils. I only have two things that I still use that I buy. And that's because I haven't, only the reason is because I haven't made my own yet. Shampoo. I buy the most natural shampoo that I can get over the counter, from anywhere. And I guess toothpaste. I buy the best one I can because I haven't made toothpaste. And what else? Let me see. Shampoo, toothpaste. That's about it. I don't use any deodorants. I don't use any soaps. I don't use anything else. I use everything that I use is something that I made, and it's um, based upon essential oils, um, other kinds of oils, herbs, all sorts of kinds of herbs. Um, so yeah, nature's medicine that gives us what we need. Plants, here's a thought for you. Plants carry the intelligence of the earth. They nourish, soothe, and restore what's been depleted. Um, let's talk about some benefits: relief from symptoms of imbalance and illness, support for body systems and organ functions, clearing of toxins and energy stagnation, natural resetting of the body's rhythm. Healing with pure plant-based medicine is like a gentle clean, and and again, most of them do not have any negative side effects. Not all, because there are some, when you really get into herbal medicine, there's some that are very, very powerful and you have to be careful with. But in general, there's very few to no negative side effects on most of the herbs that we all know, that most people would know off the top of their head. Um, Patrick, anything I should add to that? Any question maybe that I skipped over?
I would like to add that a lot of what you explained just now by covering power, the second and the third practice included in the power of three, is also about a bigger philosophy maybe that we are discussing here, which is with two important items: customization and holistic. So the real meaning of holistic, I think that sometimes maybe there could be a disconnect between your ideas and what the audience hears, and that's because they probably have a different idea of what holistic means. So just to give you an idea, so to me holistic means that, let's start by defining that by what the opposite means, what the opposite looks like. When things are not holistic, they're fragmented, right? Our current, our Western culture, which is sort of globalized by now, fragments everything. So when you go to traditional doctors, you will find a specialist for your knee, a specialist for your brain, a specialist for your lungs. There will be a specialist for everything, but that never fully will give you the full solution that you're looking for, because often problems might start in one part of the body and then just extend to the rest of it. Another thing that really caught my eye in that specific subject is how you talk about food, right? We have the tendency to think that food only affects our physiology, right? We get fat, we don't get fat, we digest, we eliminate, and let's say for people who think of heart disease, cholesterol levels go up, go down, but at the same time, we go with what we most of us don't know or don't talk about, is that it affects so many other things. It affects your brain, it affects your sleep, it affects so many other more things. And at the end of the day, that's why a holistic solution is so needed. And what's really interesting about the Davis approach is that the power of three is more than alternative medicine. It's three branches of alternative medicine working together. So you can't get any more holistic than that, if you ask me.
Exactly. And Patrick, and if anyone is just joining us now, don't go anywhere because we have the unboxing soon. Remember, Trinity Touch, a beautiful, beautiful set that everybody should have. Everybody should have. So, but back to what we were talking about. When I first started my journey and that I started just wanting to lose weight, what I did was I went to a husband and wife coaching team, and they were bodybuilders. And so they were very serious and they were very well known. And um, they worked with me on food prep, on nutrition stuff, exercising, workouts, metabolism. It was very, very good. But it was one thing. So I did I got what I needed, and I did what I needed to do, and I had success in that area because I was focused on the losing weight. But what happened was, okay, I lost the weight, but still something wasn't right. I still didn't feel well. I still had issues with anxiety. I still had issues with depression. I still had skin issues. I still had, issues of emotional regulation, being upset one day, the next day down, the next day happy, or whatever. So, and then I felt like I couldn't get beyond a certain point. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, at the same time, eventually, as I went deeper and deeper into this, the essential oils, I always loved the oils because I like how they smell. But I went deeper into the therapeutic benefits and the science behind them. And then I started getting rid of the, pharmacy kinds of things that I used. And I would put in usually more than one essential oil. So I almost went broke at some point because, when you use 14 different oils every day, for example, it can get a little expensive. That's why I make the roll-on bottles, because it's all in one. You don't have to go get the 14 oils. So, anyway, so I realized that the oils, and at that point, it was just the oils. I realized and I started using them regularly. And then I discovered that things started to change. My skin issues lessened, my anxiety lessened. So I went through that. Then after that, I still felt there was something missing. I just didn't feel like I was at my peak, like I was, you know, at the top of where I should be. And that's when and Ayurveda does a lot of stuff with herbs, obviously, but I got into the herbal medicine and then the energy medicine. And all of this happened, it like transpired, right? Like it wasn't neat and tidy. It was very, very messy. I worked with Patrick on some self coaching kinds of things and business coaching kinds of things, but still something just wasn't like I just wasn't there. I wasn't there yet. And everything was kind of up and down. You know, I was successful, I was good, but it wasn't where I wanted to be, and all sorts of, things like that. So when I started the energy medicine, when I ended and I sat down with it, I was like, okay, I got to define what I did to get where I'm at thus far. And that's when the power of three was born. And then when I really started using them uh, to like regularly in sync with my practices and with everything, that's when everything just all the pieces that I had that were kind of scattered, they just came together. And and I got past the things that were challenging me. And today I don't have a problem really with anxiety. I mean, I get overwhelmed here and there, but nothing major. That's normal. That's just part of life when things happen so quick. But I don't have the issues with anxiety that I have. I don't have any weight issues. I stopped, and now I'm not telling anybody to do this. I'm not suggesting, although it's happening, but I was the first, I think, or close to the first. But it's happening. I just came across something where more people are doing this, and I didn't even realize it. So you make your own choice, my friends, but I don't carry health insurance. I don't need to. I don't need to. Um, I think I've been to the doctor. I mean, I'm currently going to the doctor because I have a neck issue from a car accident that I was in, but that's trauma, and that takes a long time to heal. And sometimes you need a specialist to help you. So I go to a specialist when I have to, but for common things, I haven't been to the doctor for the flu, the cold, the nothing, nothing. So there is some merit, at least from my side, from my own personal experience, uh, that really exemplifies the power within the power of three, and using those three modalities together for complete. I think it's innovative, honestly, because I don't know anybody else who does it, and comprehensive. So I love it. And then now with Patrick, with Evolve Global 22, bringing in the self improvement, self development, um, pinpointing that and integrating that. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So it's something that, like I said, the benefits are tremendous. Um, but yeah, so that's the power of three. Did I miss anything, Patrick?
I think you got it. You
Okay.
nailed all the points.
So,
So we're good to go. That was a good overview.
okay. So, reminder to all my friends, Circle of Light Threads of Connection is a private healing community that I am currently, or that we are currently building. It has a small subscription fee. It's through my Patreon, but this is one way that anybody who really wants to can have access to our support. Um, on a monthly basis. Small things that you can do. Energy healing for me that is super beneficial. And by the way, energy healing. If you ever go to a one light healing touch energy healing practitioner, if you go to a Reiki, if you go to any of the modalities, at least usually it's somewhere, depending on your geographic region in the United States, but it's anywhere from uh, probably 80 to $150, depending on their experience and depending on what they do for an hour. Now, it is no the Patreon. I think it's like $20 a month. Just I want to develop a community. I want to make it accessible. We want to make it accessible. Excuse me for always saying I. I'm not used to Patrick being with me every time on a live stream. So I'm forgive me,
We're,
Pat.
we're getting started. We're just getting started.
We want to make sure that it's accessible to anyone. Listen, if it, everybody, most people get coffee, go to fast food, go to get these quick things. Just give up once a week and there's your $20, right? So that's the Patreon, um, which is a private healing community. And then also our website is listed up here. The website is listed up here in the chat, www.evolve, EVOLVE, global, GLOBAL, 22USA.com. You can find everything there. We have a lot of products that we have launched. And we have this beautiful Trinity gift box that we are going to unveil tonight so that you can have access to good information. I want to tell you this, and listen carefully, my friends. I don't turn anybody away for any reason. So if you need something, if you need help, if you need support, we don't turn people away. Now, can I give you 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, free? Obviously not. I have to run the business, and Patrick has to run a business in order for us to be able to survive, right? But nobody is left alone. There is some way that we can work with you to help you to at least get some support in whatever you're facing. At least get to be able to try some things out and see how it works for you, to experience the power of three, to experience some of the things that we've been talking about. And Patrick, I almost forgot your free little gift that you're going to put in there. Talk a little bit about that. Remember, we have free gifts tonight. You're going to get everybody who attends gets my Walk into Your Power journal. It'll be sent to you digitally. Fill out that form. The link is up there to enter the raffle and get the free gifts. And Patrick, what's the free gift that you designed from the side of personal development and all of that?
If I'm allowed to take the floor for a little while, I think that people will have to hear about my coaching model called the Four Walls Framework. So it turns out that part of the gift that I'm going to reveal soon is turning this framework into a custom chat GPT. So you can have your own custom GPT that will act as your coach to help you set goals that are aligned with yourself, track them, make weekly plans, and track where you're at. So I literally use it every week to both do a plan for next week and do a check-in on how much I've done. I think that accountability element alone goes a long way. And since I've used it in the last 2 or 3 months, I've been more and more consistent with my actions. And more importantly, I've managed to evolve those actions further and further. So what I do on a regular week today is significantly more when it comes to reaching my goals than what it used to be a few months ago. So let's talk about my own framework. So my system for coaching is divided into various sections. I like to say that I have an area that covers the past, one that covers the present, and one that covers the future. So these are not completely separate and independent pieces, but they work together. And each of them has its own framework. So what you're going to get today when you sign up when you just for showing up to this live actually is will be the custom GPT, which basically focuses on the future, right? This is a very unique and not conventional goal setting tool for you. So let me introduce you to the four worlds framework. I think will be really helpful. So part of my story is that for a long time, for 6 years, I've tried to start and grow a coaching business. So I graduated from coaching school around 6 years ago, and the most logical step for me was to start a business. And I decided to go online all in to do it. So as a person with academic bring up, I knew nothing about business, honestly. So I got myself into this journey where I was learning business and marketing from taking a lot of courses and coaching programs. So over the years, I tried a lot of different ideas, a niche for self confidence, a niche for YouTube creators. That was really fun. A niche for entrepreneurs. And so many of these ideas worked only to some extent. Like it was never like there was never the full breakthrough, something that was really going to take my career off. And I started questioning myself a lot and say things like, well, if I'm following the right advice and I'm really putting myself out there, how come this doesn't work? I wish I had known at the time that this was a lot more common that it seemed. It was not me. It was not me who wasn't consistent. Although I did struggle with consistency. It wasn't me who was doing everything wrong, which at some point, I started thinking that, but it was more about this advice not being nearly enough, right? So just like Dr. Debbie, there was a problem of fragmented approaches. So I was doing things that were partially solving the problem, but never fully addressing the whole picture. And the four world framework at the start was my way of saying no to the gurus because they were wrong about so many things. And what started in more from, let's say, hate than love evolved into something a lot better and a lot bigger. So the idea is that we think that we can, people who have learned systems of success, learning from self improvement books or business courses or coaches or speakers, there is this big paradigm out there that tells us that we have to just model success, copy the highly successful people, do things their way, and we'll be successful ourselves. I discovered throughout the years that this is a half truth, is not completely that way. And when you think about it, haven't you heard this a lot? Oh, be better than the other 99%, or be just like the top 1%. So it turns out that in this paradigm, only those few people can succeed. The system is built that way. They want very few people to succeed and look much better off than all the people that don't. So, and when I realized that, I said, well, what if this was not what I thought? What if the experts are wrong? And that's when I started developing what I now call the four worlds framework, that basically states that it's not all about finding the formulas and taking action. It's about building a foundation that lasts. So my definition of foundation basically means the context of the specific person. And to me, that is made of two big elements: your advantages and your disadvantages. So, and what's really fascinating about this insight is that everybody has both. I have advantages like, having a good family that loves me, that supports my goals. I have advantages like having, a highly intuitive mind and heart. And other advantages that I have is that I am able to connect ideas together. I usually able to see what a lot of people don't see. Maybe also my background in like philosophy and social sciences really helps me put things together, be highly creative. So I have a lot of advantages, just to put it short. I have a stable income, right? That's an advantage as well. Disadvantages, well, for a long time I have a very small following on social media. That was useful for business. I didn't have that. No email list. Um, Not enough clients. I had a few clients, but not that many. Reputation, people didn't really know me, so those are at disadvantages. You don't have to feel awful about them. You just have to Do an honest assessment of what you have in favor and against. That's all you need to do. That's what building a foundation means. And the coolest part is that instead of telling ourselves that we can do anything anytime, which is not really true, we say, well, this is what I have and this is what I don't have. Can we work on this? What if, the path was not so much about taking bold action, but more about how can I tip the scales? How can I have more advantages than I have now and less disadvantages? In that, make things effortless. Action becomes more aligned, objectives become more clear, and you end up accomplishing a lot more. That is how the framework ends up working. And the reason this is called the four walls framework is because I focus on sequencing too, which is really important. What I've seen in many business courses and many people in my circle who are also struggling is that our journeys have different phases that we just can't do in any order that we want. And what happens a lot with business advice and even self improvement advice is that we're doing things at the wrong moment. And then we think it's bad advice, but it turns out it's not the right piece of advice for you right now. So when you have four distinct phases, it becomes a lot easier to know what to do when. In the case of the four walls framework, you have the foundation piece. That's the moment you assess your advantages and disadvantages. You get crystal clear clarity on where you want to go, and then you can move to the next step. The second wall, the second phase is planning. Planning is the moment where you start looking at resources, asking people around, doing research so that you know what your plan will look like. If you don't have an action plan, you don't know where you're going. So it all starts here in the heart, and then you have to have that plan to know what you'll do next. The plan doesn't have to be fully fleshed; it will adapt over time. And then you have what I call the implementation phase, which I consider myself to be there right now with my new brand, and that is implementation. So implementation without regard for the outcomes. So don't think about what the actions will bring you. Just focus on consistency. Because if you're not consistent first, the results will never come. If you are placing your motivation on the outcome alone, you will never be consistent. So implementation is not looking at the numbers, not looking at the outcomes, and just taking action. This is a lot easier said than done, but that's what I do. And the last part is what I call adaptation. In the adaptation phase, you look at your outcomes a little more and you try to adjust your efforts. Remember, you're already consistent because you were focusing on that alone for a while. So adapting should be a lot easier. And adapting is all about seeing what works, what doesn't, and it's about self-compassion when you fail. It's about reminding yourself that you are unique, and whatever works for other people may not work for you. And what I really like about this is that it involves a process of self-discovery. Like you end up discovering your strengths, your weaknesses, how you operate. For example, the other day I discovered this about myself. I work better when I am writing with a certain structure. For example, I use AI a lot, and instead of letting AI do everything for me, I tell AI to give me questions, give me prompts, and then I write from there. And it's really crazy how easy and fast ideas come out just because I have a few good prompts. And that is, my idea of the path to success. It's a little more complex than most people think, but that's what is really going to work at the end of the day, because we are acknowledging that the work has to be done in a certain order. We are aware that we're all different. We have strengths and weaknesses, or as I called them earlier, advantages and disadvantages. And it's just a matter of building that strong foundation, because results come from a strong foundation. They don't come from bold action alone. Bold action, it's like throwing yourself off the cliff and hoping to land in the right spot. And then when you don't, you feel really bad about yourself. When you do, you realize that you don't have anything built behind you, because all you did was a crazy jump. You haven't really built anything to be able to sustain that next level you just reached. And this is what you're going to get. This is, I wish, I could be there for every one of you who's watching, like side to side. But for now, my second best thing is to give you access to a custom GPT. It's called the Four Walls AI Coach. And what it will do for you is exactly walking you through this process. We're going to start, remember, this is a goal setting tool. So it's going to start by doing an assessment of where you are. It's going to help you gain complete clarity on your objectives. And then as you evolve, what it's going to do for you, which is the way I use it, is to plan your action steps week by week. And then you're going to do check-ins. So if you promised yourself to take certain actions, let's say you're trying to embrace some of the Ayurveda medicine practices in your life, and let's say that breathing is one of them. You did say you promised yourself to do a little breathing session once a day, and the chat will help you and will give you full compassion when you don't make it. If you promise yourself to do it for 7 days straight, you did 6, 5, 4, 3, log it into the chat, and it will just give you more encouragement to try again.
That's awesome, Patrick. That's outstanding. And you know what hit me when you were speaking? What hit me was, can you believe, like, that Evolve Global 22 really has it all? Like, I was sitting here while you were talking, and I was like, I was trying to think of some place or somewhere where all of this comes together, and I can't think of one. Which is unusual in modern times, because in modern times it's hard to come up with something that's new. But and none of these, like Ayurveda medicine is not new, energy medicine is not new, herbal medicine is not new. What you're talking about isn't exactly completely new, but what's innovative about this is that we bring it together, and that is what is unique and beautiful about what we do here at Evolve Global. Now, if I just had to say something, did I cut you off? I'm hoping I didn't.
No, I think that I sort of led the way for you, so you
Oh,
can
good.
you can go
Okay.
on.
Well, because we've been on here for about 50 minutes, and I want to do the great reveal. Now, look at this packaging, first of all. Now, this I have here because I didn't want to lose it, but it comes with a little card like this. The ingredients of each of the blends are on the card. And anytime anybody purchases any kind of product from us, they all come with a free consultation and a free healing session. So the free consultation is something that Patrick and I do together. And the healing session, I do the healing session. Maybe one day Patrick will train and become a practitioner as well. But anyways, for now, we're going to do a free consultation, which includes the power of 3, along with the self-improvement and what Patrick spoke about, and then the free healing session. So that's one thing, a nice, cute little thank you card. It's very important to always express gratitude, So that's one thing. And then you get my business card. Patrick, I forgot to tell you, you got to get me your business card so that we can put them together. I just didn't think of it. A little gold butterfly transformation. It makes it look cute and pretty, but also there's a meaning behind everything that we do here at Evolve Global 22. Everything has love, intent, and purpose. And this little butterfly might just look like a little cute little thing you put on something to make it look pretty, which it does, but there's a transformation. That's what we're really talking about here. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. Mind, body, soul, and spirit. So the butterfly. Then we are wrapped in this nice little gold ribbon with a bow. Now this box is a little rough because I had to practice packaging this box. So this box is a little rough, but on each side is first Trinity Touch, the name, and then on each side of the cube, the other three sides is each blend. You have the energy cleanse, you have the Ayurvedic balance, and you have the herbal heart. Now let's look at these. So you open the box, look at that, nice and neat. And in here, you don't only get the oils, you get a sample of either our Inflammease tea, which is it's a blend of herbs, or you get the Immune Me tea. You get one sample, and there's a pretty little rose gold. The coloring of this is intentional and purposeful. There's rose gold inside. Then you get another butterfly bag. And inside the bag, you have 2 cards, company description, our promise. At Evolve Global, we are committed to honoring and restoring wholeness in every person we serve. We promise to lead with truth over trends and healing over hype, always. So it's longer than that, but I will let you marinate on that a little bit. That we have a divine prayer we send you and a sacred affirmation. If you just use these 2 cards every day, that makes a difference. Just the card, just the divine prayer and the sacred affirmation. So you get those 2 sets of cards, and then the big reveal. Trinity Touch Energy Cleanse. And what this does is, I got to get I got to get my bigger view. Where'd my card go? The energy cleanse. I'm going to do a smell test. Like I haven't done this already, right? So you have a very nice kind of, there's a little bit of a touch of a floral scent to it, but it's more like a earthy kind of, it's got a lemony scent to it a little bit. So it has tea tree oil in it. It has citrus. I told you that's like the lemony. So lime, lavender. Hold on, I can't even read my own thing. Rosemary, and other essential oils and herbal oils, but it has a very, very nice scent, and it's energy cleanse. First of all, I'll tell you what I do. I take this, put it in the palm of my hand, rub my hands together, and I inhale it. So there's a breathing exercise I do. And what it does is it goes right into your system, into your cells, into your brain, into all the air, into your system. And it's calming, it's relaxing. It's also an uplift. The citrus and the lemon, it's an uplift, it's a cleanse. So there's one. Then you also get the Ayurvedic balance. Balance is everything. Balance is everything. And what we have here is we have, let's smell this. And I got to get the citrus out of the lime citrusy smell. So this one, again, it's earthy, but without the citrus, the lime scent to it. There's several oils in this, and I'm not going to read everyone off for you. You get the ingredients, but it's a beautiful, beautiful Ayurvedic balance. And all of these oils, in addition to inhaling, You put them on your pulse points. So your wrists, your neck here, the back of the neck, where your spine and where your the top of your spine and the bottom of your skull meet. I do a cross, kind of like from the bottom of my, like that, on the back of my neck. So over the heart, it's important to put it on over the heart. And then the last one is herbal heart. And this one, you know, I've had a lot of people, a lot of clients come to me. And when I work with them, that has a little bit of a cinnamon scent to it. And what, why I created this one is because people have the heart chakra, people have a lot of problems with the heart. They hold on to things, uh, you know, guilt, blame, all those kinds of things that are lower energy frequencies. And it really has a very, very negative impact on the heart. Also, if we have issues in our lives that we're sad about or upset about, that impacts our heart. So these three oils, these encompass, I used to buy each individual oil that are in these, and there's probably 7 to 10 total oils. And so this is one set that I use. Everything that I've created so far is what I use daily. And it's funny because I'll go to get a cup of coffee from Wawa, and it always happens. Somebody will say, "Oh my God, you smell so good." And I'm like, "Thank you." And they say, "Well, what do you have on?" And I'm like, well, I have like 20 oils on. And I just name one because I mix them. And that's how, what I found is that's how you get the ultimate benefit. Now, there are people who are really into essential oils and knowledgeable, maybe clinicians, other clinicians, and they might say, no, you have to be careful. You have to do so many oils, only do no more than 2 or 3. Yes, you have to be careful always because you're mixing things, right? And I am careful. But as far as them working as antagonists against each other, in general, the ones that I use daily, like these, that's just, I have not found that to be the case. And I haven't read anything that has proven to me or seen anything that has proven to me that's the case. So I say make it easy. Now, if there's a certain oil that you shouldn't mix with another one, then of course, one of those that I wouldn't mix with anything is oregano. I don't even use oregano you shouldn't use oregano on a daily basis. Oregano is like an antibiotic. It functions like an antibiotic. So, and it's very, very strong. And so you shouldn't really mix that a lot with anything else, and you shouldn't use it on a daily basis. I use that when I feel like I'm coming down with something. So you see, they come in this little, again, butterfly bag. But yes, if you enter into the raffle, the link is in the chat. It says raffle and free gift entry by filling out this form. Somebody is going to win one of these for free. And also, don't forget, in the raffle, we are also raffling off one of the roll-on blends, which is Trinity Moonlight and Trinity Essence. Again, you get all the ingredients sent to you. What's neat about the Trinity Moonlight is it's infused with crystals, and it says what crystals it's infused with when you get it. And there's a description on the website. And then Trinity Essence, which this is has one of the main ingredients of this is jasmine. Jasmine has a multitude of benefits, but yes, so somebody's going to win this. Five people are going to win a golden ticket for a free healing session, and two people are going to win a 10-day supply of either the Inflammease herbal blend tea or the Immune Me herbal blend tea. The Inflammease is on the website. The Immune Me is not on the website yet. I can only put so much up so fast, right, Patrick? We can only do so much so fast, right?
Indeed.
So yes. Did I miss anything, Patrick?
Um, no, it looks like you went through the whole unboxing.
Okay.
Everything is explained. Everything is out there.
Yes. Everybody, my friends, if you need a Christmas gift, Christmas is coming for those who celebrate Christmas. Birthdays are coming. Just do a gift anytime. This is a gift that keeps giving. This is a gift you will never, ever regret either giving yourself or giving somebody else. So that's the Trinity Touch gift box. Now, I have a surprise. And even Patrick, I snuck this one in, didn't know about this one. This is something I just finished making in the last 2 days. It's not on the website yet, but it's a gift basket / bag. And it houses all of each product that we have. And the bag is handmade. So it's like a little basket. It's a little heavy. So some people might like it as a little purse too, but it really works nicely as a basket. It's got this little nice emblem on the front. So this is crocheted. And in here, you have the Trinity Touch Glow face and body cream. You have one 10-day supply of the Inflammease tea blend, one 10-day supply of the Immune Me tea blend. You have a cute, pretty little scented candle. We do a lot with aromatherapy. Very, very nice. You get, and this I just made today. It's not even labeled yet. This is the newest product that we have. It is a body spray. It's a lavender and rose. It's a pick-me-up. I carry one of these with me, and sometimes if I'm stressed or if I'm out and about or I'm down and I need to, I'm tired, I'll just do a little spritz and we're good to go. But it's nice. It's a body spray. So it's very nice. There's that. You have the Trinity Touch 3 oils that you get in the Trinity Touch gift box. And you get this cute little moon bag with the 2 oil blends that I just showed you. Like I said, and you get this cute little sunflower pillow that is the bottom. And this is all handmade with love, care, intention, and purpose. This was chosen for a reason. The sunflowers have meaning, the color. So there you have it. You have a little thing that says handmade with love. So there you go. That's the newest. This is going to be up on our website probably within the next couple of days. I've been working hard. Patrick, you've been working hard, but we can only do this so fast. But yes, this would make a beautiful, beautiful gift for yourself or for someone else for any holiday. But in particular, the one that's coming up in America is Christmas, the big one. And it goes, like I said, right back in here nicely. And then once you use the items, like when you're finished them, you can replenish them Everything's available on the website, but you have this nice little cute bag. What do you think, Patrick? I know I'm a girl. This is a girly girl thing, but there you go. And by the way, Patrick, we are working on, remember, I almost forgot to mention it. We're working on a man's product line. Now, the Trinity Touch is both. It can be for both. It's not so flowery, perfumy, or that kind of stuff. So this doesn't matter male or female. Really, these, although there's in one of them, it's heavy with jasmine, which is floral. I mean, a man could get away. Listen, I've known many women's husbands who use their women's items and they don't never tell anybody. So it depends on what it is. This might be, could go either way, male or female, but men might not prefer this so much, but definitely the Trinity Touch. And we are working on a guy's product line because I'm a girl, so I got girly stuff going on over here. Any questions? Anything I missed, Patrick?
No. Actually, you didn't miss anything. You added more things than I expected. So.
Yes. So I think we've been going for about an hour and 11 minutes. Patrick, thank you for coming on with me tonight. I'm sure everybody's going to see more of us together as we continue to grow our brand and to continue creating our products. But once again, I encourage everyone, all of you, to just go to the website, www.evolveglobal22usa.com. Check us out. The Circle of Threads connection, the Circle of Light Healing Community. Check that out on Patreon. That is a good way to start experiencing things that I don't put on necessarily the YouTube channel or Facebook. It's something that's going to be, the things there are going to be exclusive to members of Patreon. And also just email us. Contact information is on the website. Reach out, ask questions, get a free consult. We do free consultations because we want you to have good information to make good decisions for yourself. For me, this is everything that changed my life. And Patrick, I know you have gone through a lot and come to where you are. So bringing this together, you have two people here sharing with you how their lives have changed based upon our work and what we're talking about here, the power of three, self-development, improvement. But I'm telling you, I almost went broke with everybody, all the studying that I did and all the coaches that I had and all the teachers that I had, but it brought me here. So that's okay. It brought me here. I got my practitioner in energy healing certification and a host of other things. But it's so important. It's so important for us. And I can't say this enough, my friends, to bring it all together. Stop searching for the one quick fix it all and just take the step. I told you before, we told you, we don't turn anybody away. We work with you in some way according to your unique situation. There's no reason anymore that anybody has to go through things alone. Nobody should have to do that. So reach out, go to the website, reach out. If you're here and you've spent the time with us tonight, thank you. we appreciate um, everybody who was able to attend. Don't forget to fill out the form. If I find that a lot of my people that I know, Patrick, they tend to wait for the videos. If I find that a lot of people that we already know and that we've already worked with in some capacity, that they didn't come on the live stream, I will probably open up the raffle to add more people, um, just to make it a little bit more exciting. So there's more involvement. But in general, if you are here, you get the free gifts. That won't go anywhere outside of who attended the live stream tonight. Um, Also, if you attended and you like what you heard and you decide to uh, enter the raffle, go to the Patreon, check out the website, share it with friends. Go to my YouTube at Dr. Debbie, Debbie Badawi, Badawi. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Patrick, you have your Facebook, and if you would like to share anything regarding that, how people can find you. I mean, they can
Absolutely.
find both of us from either one of us, but I want them to be able to find you as well.
Well, I like to make myself accessible, and I am omnipresent. For those who don't know, I am on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. If you want the most direct access to me, you can send me a direct message on Facebook or Instagram. I don't reply right away, but I reply to every single message. And yes, if you would like to know more about any of these ideas, maybe anything that appeared on the website but you're not too clear about, you can send an email right from the website, or you can reach out to either Dr. Debbie or me.
Right. And just make sure when you reach out to either one of us that, because we also have, Patrick and I both have things that we do that are independent of Evolve Global 22. Make sure you put EG22. That way we know that that's what you're focusing on and that's where you're coming to us from. But other than that, thank you, everybody who attended tonight. Thank you, Patrick. Welcome again to Evolve Global 22. I'm happy to have you on board. You made me work a little bit, but we finally made it happen, and that's awesome. Once again, everybody, Trinity Touch gift box. Oh, and one last thing that's coming. There's always something coming. One last thing that's coming. We have the Evolve Global 22 boutique, which is on the website, which is our main store. But also, we also have a section of the website that says coming soon, but it's called just left my mind. It's called EG Pashi or EG Pashi. I can't remember. I can't for the life of me. I can't remember that what I named it. I'm sorry. But anyways, what it is, let me show you. If you go to the website, what it is it says this is how new it is. This is how new it is. Where are my little bars? Oh, here it is. Okay. Perfectly posh, gently used. So we have items that are coming up. It could be clothing, it could be home decor, it could be crystals, it could be all sorts of things, but they're gently used. And I have the first supply that we have. I just got it in today. So that's a place where we are dedicated to helping preserve some of the planet and not be so wasteful with our things, because none of us should be wasteful, and we shouldn't just throw away our things. And there are other people who could use our things. I don't know about you, Patrick, and I don't know if this is a big thing in Canada, but in the US, there's a big thing with thrift stores and all of that. Um, but these are kind of higher end items, not all of them, but just in general, higher end items, a little bit higher end, not really high end, but a little bit. And it's a place where people can shop and get some really nice things that are gently used, that are secondhand, but gently used, at a very, 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 very good price. So that's something that's coming. Be watching out for that. Patrick, anything to add?
I am just very pleased to have attended this live. I think we covered a lot in here. It was a fantastic introduction to the world, our big announcement of both Global 22. And I think it was a good opportunity for us to learn even more about how each other's uh, approaches work. And you will see a lot more about that in the near future. Um, I think I don't want to break the news too quickly, but I'm feeling inclined to do it, and we're trying to get into some collaborative work where I get to experience Dr. Debbie's work firsthand, and she will do the same with my self improvement work. So that is really exciting, and you will get updates as well on that. But yeah, it was a fantastic session.
Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't even think of that. But yes, we test everything on ourselves. We use our practices on ourselves individually, from ourselves, and on each other. So it's really something that is pure, authentic, and it's something that everybody can experience and learn and do, and have a host of tools in their toolbox for their daily lives. So with that, I will end. There will be this live stream, of course, will be on my YouTube channel. Patrick, I'm going to send it to you so you can put it out. I also go through and edit and make a video version. So I cut out, some things that
Mhm.
maybe I paused too long or whatever. And then I also re redo and chop the video up, and do shorts and with them for and reels with them for our both of our Instagram, both of our TikToks, and both of our all of our social media. So all of it's coming to you. Check us out. Reach out if you need anything. Thank you again, Patrick. Thank you, my friends, everybody who attended. And with that, we will say good night, peace and light. Take care. We will see you again soon.
Bye bye.